If there was one word I could use to describe my younger self, it would just be hopelessness. See, when I was younger, I thought I literally was doomed to be like fat, ugly, unhealthy. I legit thought that there was nothing I can do to help myself. And I had this one friend, and he was just better than me at everything, right? I put like all of my life into video games, and he would still kind of play video games, but then he would go and play sports. And yet he was way better than me at every game. He was able to attract girls. I was never able to attract a girl when I was younger. And I remember I just blamed it on genetics and shit. I was one of those kinds of guys. And I genuinely thought that there was nothing I can do to change my life. But then I started to learn about the gym, and I started getting into the gym, right? So I wanted to build the physique. And guess who I saw at my local gym? I saw that one friend. And I thought it was like so crazy to me seeing him there, because I was like, oh my god, so it isn't genetics. Like, he's been working out, he's been playing sports, that's what it is. That's what has him so attractive. And so that's when I realized, like, going to the gym, building muscle, and exercising is one of the best habits that you can start as a guy. And still to this day, like 3 years later, I still really do think that getting into the gym is like the best habit you could start. It's like the best habit for building confidence, happiness, attractiveness, and so many other things I'll talk about. There are so many reasons that going to the gym will make you feel happy, but here's like the main reason. So it's what I like to call on this channel flipping the chart. So basically, a lot of people's lives look like this. They like peak in high school, they peak in college, and then their life just goes downhill, right? So the reason I felt hopeless when I was younger was I just looked at my future and I just saw it would go downhill. There was like no point in living. Like, I had no reason to keep going. That's why I felt depressed. That's why I felt hopeless. But I finally started that one productive thing that flipped the chart, that made my life go up and up. And so I knew, like, 5 years later, I will be way better than what I am now. And it was this new hope that I had that literally stopped my suicidal thoughts. When I looked at the future, I saw that I had like no reason to keep going. But literally just starting one habit that basically flipped the chart and made my life start going uphill is what saved me. And by the way, man, if you want my one-on-one help with topics like this and so many other things, you can go check out, link in the description. I have a course and a community I'm making, and as I'm recording this video right now, you'll get like 1 month of free one-on-one coaching from me if you join, so go check it out. So the first reason was it basically flipped the chart, right? It gave me the hope. But the second reason was that it just helps so much with female attraction. A huge reason why I felt so hopeless when I was younger was because it was genuinely impossible for me to attract a girl, right? I was just ugly, I was fat, I was that kind of kid, right? And so I remember asking out my first girl that I liked, right? This was in like 6th grade. I liked this girl. She was like friends with me because I was funny, but we could tell she didn't like me, right? And so I remember we're walking out of history class, and I told my mom, I was like, yeah, mom, I'm gonna ask her out. And I asked her out to this like school dance or something, and bro, I remember she just like laughed at me. And I remember telling my friends, I was like, bro, I don't know what it means. Like, does that mean she doesn't want to? Obviously, it meant she didn't want to. But I never told my mom that I asked her out. I went home, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really feel like it. But then fast forward to when I actually built a decent physique. I remember I saw this girl in high school, right? And I thought she was attractive, and I was like, oh man, I probably don't really have a chance with her. I had her on my Snapchat, right? And I remember she was dating this guy at the time, and I really hate to sound like I'm boasting or I hate to sound mean, but she was dating this guy at the time, and she started to try and like flirt with me, you know? And it was so off-putting because it was like, wow, first off, I can't believe I attracted this girl. And second off, it was like she was basically cheating. So, you know, I didn't really talk to her. But the thing is, the point of that story is that most men don't want to admit that their happiness is very tied into their position in the dating market. Like, if you were literally unable to attract any girls, you see how you would feel like shit and you would feel insecure. But if you build yourself into someone that is attractive enough to attract the girl, and she's also like not degenerate, she's not going out and drinking, you don't have to worry about her like cheating on you, you see how that would make you happy. And obviously the highest leverage thing you can do to basically improve your attractiveness is to get into the gym, is to build muscle, to build the aesthetic physique. One last way that the gym basically killed my depression was that it really created this disciplined lifestyle, this disciplined identity for me. So you can imagine, like, so many people are very one-dimensional and they'll go to the gym, which is awesome, but they don't do anything else. They still like doom scroll, they still have a porn addiction, they don't even diet, they don't even like read their Bible. But I remember as soon as I started the gym, I was learning so much about other fields of life. I started dieting, I started to like try and learn about my health, I started getting into martial arts, then I started meditating, then I started reading my Bible. And I really think it was that identity shift. Like, I was so unproductive. I felt like I was wasting away. I felt like my life was going downhill. But now I literally started one habit to make my life go uphill. I got addicted, bro. I was like, I'm gonna be disciplined like this in every single field of life. Like, I'm deleting all the social media. I'm going on a dopamine detox. I'm gonna try and improve my relationship with God, all these cool things. So if you're watching this video and you're on the fence about starting to get into weightlifting or building muscle, honestly, just start. You'll be just like me and you'll be one of these guys. There's so many guys out there that could say this. They wish they started earlier. They always say like, oh man, I wish I started weightlifting earlier, because it's genuinely awesome. Like, you see how much this has changed my life. It literally saved me from suicidal thoughts. I went from never being able to attract a girl to now I actually am able to. And it's just awesome, bro. Like, you should be, as a guy, you should be able to look in the mirror and just be happy with the way you look. Shame is one of the worst feelings you could have. Shame in like your habits or shame in the way you look. It's horrible. But it is so awesome when you can be proud of who you are. You can be proud of the work you did this day, or you can be proud of the way you look. But yeah, man, if you found any value in this video, I highly recommend you go check out, link in the description. I have a paid community, and like I said earlier, there's currently like a special going on right now because it is a pre-sale. I'm still making it, so it's like half off. And if you join right now, you get a free month of one-on-one coaching. So go check it out. I'll see you in the next one.